हेलो गाइस, आपका स्वागत है मल्टीटेक इंस्टीट्यूट में। आज हमारे साथ हैं जेवी जो वेस्ट अफ्रीका से हैं। आज आपको सीसीटीवी की जर्नी के बारे में बताएंगे। इन्हें कंप्लीट सीसीटीवी इंस्टॉलेशन क्लास के अंदर कैसा लगा, इनको कंप्लीट नेटवर्किंग के बारे में।
My name is Ezekiel J.B. Colley. I'm from the Republic of Liberia. I came purposely in India to study, and I was opportune to have a talk with the Multitech Institute of Advanced Study of Advanced Technology. I got to know about Multitech Institute of Advanced Technology using the website. I checked on the website to see if there were institutions that could offer CCTV installation in a very short period of time. So when I got the website, I decided to call the customer service officer, and then she responded to me. This is how I got to know about Multitech. And when I came, I paid the registration fees, and that's how I was given admission to study in Multitech Institute of Advanced Technology. First of all, we would like to start with the DVR. This is the digital video recorder. And within this DVR, you have the hard drive, the 6 months battery, and all of the different stuff. So if you want to increase the hard drive, you can increase the hard drive from within. You open the DVR and you increase the hard drive. Now, we have the BNC connector. This is the BNC connector. With respect to the channel, the amount of channel that you have. If you have 4 channels, if you have 8 channels, you will have 8 channels here, which will be connected to the BNC connector. Now, apart from the BNC connector, you have the audio input, the audio output. And on this DVR, you also have the HDMI cable, the VGA cable, and that of the USB cable. You also have a 12 voltage power supply, which gives the power supply to the DVR. Now, this BNC connector connects all the way to a camera. For instance, if you have the bullet camera, you can be able to use this BNC connector. The bullet camera has, this bullet camera, for instance, has 2 ports. You have the BNC connector and you have the DC connector. Now, you also have the dive fighter camera. This camera is mostly having 2 lights. The lights on it mostly can be used for the dark portion. You also have the fixed eye camera. This fixed eye camera is purposely used in a room where, for instance, you have the sling and then you install it up on the sling. You also have the PTZ camera. This is mostly used for tracking a particular person, maybe a thief, and you want to track that thief. You can be able to point the PTZ camera on him and it will rotate 360 degrees. It also goes up and down in 120 degrees. You also have the dome camera. These are dome cameras. These dome cameras are mostly used in a room or in an office. It is not used outside. Those cameras that are used outside, it is the bullet camera. These bullet cameras are mostly used outside, although it shoot long distance. For instance, if you forget your DVR password, you can first of all go to the CP Plus website and there is a code for this camera. If you have, for instance, this camera, there is a code for it that you can check on the website of CP Plus, and you install that code, it will be able to give you. Other option is, for instance, if you have, they will give you like security questions. Let's say maybe if you put in the security questions, they can be able to give you, when you answer those security questions, you can be able to also log in. If you also forget, you can use your email, the email that when you were doing the very first installation, the email that you put in, you can be able to use that email to have access to the camera. This is a network cable, or sometimes you can say this is a twisted pair cable, or sometimes you can also say this is the cable used for, this is the IP cable. You normally use it for network, so normally we call it network cable. Thank you so much. In terms of my own experience when it comes to my study in Multitech here, actually I came from the very beginning. I knew nothing about CCTV installation. I never even knew the camera names. I never even knew the different parts of this camera. But Multitech was able to take me from the very beginning, and today I can boast of being a CCTV camera installation specialist. And of course, I came with no background, no security background to be able to install CCTV camera. But I was taken from the very beginning where I was able to configure, give some different problems that is relative to the DVR and as much as possible to the NVR. Also with the PoE switch, I also have the opportunity to use the crimping tool to be able to crimp the different wires, and also the wire cutter, for instance, to be able to make the different wires for the BNC connector and the DC connector. I also have the opportunity to be able to make use of what is inside of the DVR, and as much as possible what is inside the NVR. And also got a very vast experience on using and configuring the device, especially so when it comes to the system setup. Let's take, for instance, I could put this on, and once I put it on, I could be able to particularly configure the CCTV camera and make sure that everything works perfectly. Let me just take a look at it. You see what I'm talking about? If, for instance, the camera is being put to start, we can be able to configure this CCTV camera and make sure that it works on a very good and reliable atmosphere. Like, for instance, when I arrived here at a very new beginning, I was thinking like the distance was almost like far from me, because I could come from way as far as Gougan to come here to study, and it was a very little distance for me. I have to use lots of money to come here. Now, if, for instance, you see like the CCTV camera is being put to start, I could be able to configure this CCTV camera, and for sure, I was being taught how to do all of the different configuration. You can see the video, the camera, the network, the event, the storage, the display, the account, the system, the info, the security. All of these options, I was being told step by step how to be able to configure them. I was being told how correctly I could be able to configure them. And in fact, I was even looking at it from a very vast perspective, as well as on the NVR. The NVR also where we have to use the network video recorder to be able to track, even if you have 40 areas that you want to set up the cameras, you can be able to use the PoE switch, use PoE switch to these different flows, use PoE switch to these different flows, and be able to cover up the entire building. I could even install CCTV cameras in a building that have over 30 floors, 40 floors, 50 floors, because of the vast experience that I have learned today from the Multitech Institute. Thank you.